Hello dear friends, welcome you all to our channel, that is Banking English Classes. So here I have come with a few phrase replacement questions and very useful questions from the exam perspective. So let us start them straight away. I am sure you must have understood what you are supposed to do when you end up getting sentence improvement or phrase replacement questions. Okay, as you can see, here is a sentence, right? One part of the sentence is given in bold letter, followed by 5 options 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? In most of the cases, the part that is given to you in bold contains grammatical errors. And what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to replace this particular part with any one option so that the part becomes grammatically and logically correct. Grammatically correct and logically meaningful. I hope it is clear. A piece of advice for all students who are preparing for competitive exams, that whenever you come across sentence improvement or a phrase replacement questions, I think we have done a few questions like this before, right? But again, I would like to repeat that whenever you come across fill in the blanks questions, phrase replacement questions, you must read the entire sentence thoroughly and you must pay extra attention to those parts of the sentence which are not in bold letters. Those parts will provide you enough clues as to how the sentence needs to be corrected, right? So let's start. The sentence says, can you tell me why did you not complete this task, right? You can see that the sentence ends in a question mark. That means the entire sentence is in interrogative form. It is an interrogative sentence. My dear friends, let me tell you something. Whenever you get an interrogative sentences having two clauses, see, from can to me, it's one clause. Similarly, there is another clause here. Another clause here. This is the second clause. Okay, let me repeat you. Whenever you get an interrogative sentence having two clauses, the first one, the first clause and the second clause, and the first clause, okay, starts with any modal auxiliaries and the second clause starts with a WH word. It starts with a WH word. In that case, okay, sorry for the disturbance. In that case, you must remember that the WH word should not follow any rule of inversion. That means, rule of inversion means the helping verb should not be placed before the subject. Instead, it should come after it. The helping verb should not come before the subject, it should come after it. Please do remember it. Rule of inversion of I applied is did I apply? Did I apply? Clear? So, what I mean to say is, whenever you get a sentence, an interrogative one, where there are two clauses, one WH clause and the other one, that is the clause starting with any other modals or helping verbs other than WH words. In that case only, the WH clause will not be following it will never follow rule of inversion structure, or rather it will follow an affirmative sentence structure. The way we write an affirmative sentence, okay, right, that is subject plus verb structure should be followed here. Okay, so let's start. Can you tell me why did you not complete this task? Here you can see you, the subject follows the verb. The subject follows the verb, which is absolutely wrong. As I told you now, the subject should come first and then the verb should be placed in such sentences, in such cases. But here the sentence is written following a wrong structure and hence option number 5 is eliminated. Right? So now let us go to question number 1. Option number 1. Why does you see subject, the verb comes before it? Okay, and again it is grammatical or ungrammatical, that is none of our botherations. We shouldn't worry about that. Okay, see what I said, subject should be preceded by verb. That means the verb should come after the subject anyhow. If you don't see that, then be convinced that the sentence, the option is absolutely ungrammatical. Okay, so without any second thought, you can simply strike it off. Now let us go to option number 2. That why did you not complete? Why did you not complete? Okay, fine. Here again you see you, the subject, and did, the helping verb of past tense, has come before it, and that's why it is also eliminated. So option number 3, which says why you did not complete. Absolutely, you can see here subject and the verb of past tense, that is did, has come after you. Absolutely a correct structure this is, right? So option number 3 is absolutely correct. And here you can see in option number 4, why did you not complete it? There are 2 errors in fact, right? Did has come before the subject. This is one area of error. The other area is completed. When you start a sentence with did, you must write its V1 form. Did plus V1 equal to V2. You can't say did plus V2 equal to V2. This is wrong. This is right. Clear? Hopefully it is understood. So now we are going to the next one. It is a very easy question. And here this question number 2 is based on the use of correlate conjunction or correlative conjunction, right? Such as. Okay, please to remember, whenever we use such as structure, such as has got 2 meanings. One, for example, you all must be knowing it. The other one, whenever it is used as a correlative conjunction, we must always use a noun. Such should always be followed by a noun, and after we must use as. Such plus noun plus as structure, right? The one which has been used here. As I said, let us go to the question first. The objective means the purpose, the intention. The objective of education is to create such human beings. See, human beings is a noun, right? It has come after such. Okay. After that, we have used which are integrated, which is grammatically incorrect. What I said, dear friends? I said we must use such first, then we must use a noun, and then we must use as. But that is option number 5 is eliminated because in the sentence after human beings we have used which are integrated wrongly, which is absolutely irrelevant in the context. That's why I eliminated option number 5. And as you can see, option number 1 also starts with a relative pronoun, which is absolutely ungrammatical. So now let us eliminate this as well. Similarly, option number 2 is also going to be eliminated because we have again that are changed. That is here used as a relative pronoun, and we do not need any relative pronoun to correct this sentence. And now option number 2 is eliminated. Again, which is, right? Which is, this option is going to be eliminated from 2 points of view. 1, we don't need a relative pronoun. 2, the use of is here is absolutely wrong because the relative pronoun okay, which if placed after human beings should be followed by a plural verb, right? Whenever you find relative pronouns, you always should look at the word or look at its antecedent. Antecedent is the noun, okay, that comes before the relative pronoun. If that noun is singular, then the verb after the relative pronoun should be in singular form. Similarly, if the noun before the relative pronoun is plural, then of course we have to use a plural form of the verb after the relative pronoun. So now option number 4 is eliminated because of 2 wrong possibilities. So now we have only 3 as the answer, right? As are integrated. So now we are going to the third question. The arch rivals, as you can see, means the enemies, right? The arch rivals, okay, means enemies from time immemorial, from a long time, right? India and Pakistan, for example, they have been fighting over petty issues. Of course, certain issues are quite important. Okay, so they have been arch rivals. We can say they are arch rivals, India and Pakistan, right? So here you can see the arch rivals Shwar. Shwar is the second form of Shwar. Shwar means to promise. To promise. So the sentence follows simple past tense structure, right? And the main clause has simple past tense. And let us see if the subsequent parts, the next part is grammatically correct or incorrect. The arch rivals Shwar from fighting again. Okay, if you place from fighting again here, this particular prepositional phrase, then the sentence doesn't give any meaning. The sentence becomes absolutely grammatically incorrect, and hence option number 5 stands eliminated, right? And now let us go to option number 1. The arch rivals Shwar not fighting again. Fine. Again, this is grammatically incorrect. If instead of not fighting again, it were written, okay, as the arch rivals Shwar not to fight again, then it would be grammatically correct. But this is not written as such, and hence it is also eliminated. So now let us go to option number 2. The arch rivals Shwar but not to fight again. We don't need a contrast indicator, right, or a conjunction which introduces contrast. Okay, that's why the use of but here is absolutely ungrammatical, incorrect. Hence we can do away with this option. Do away with means we can eliminate this option without any second thought. Now we are in option number 3. The arch rivals swore that they wouldn't fight again. Please do remember, the way swore is the second form of swear. Similarly, would is the second form or the past form of will, right? And we know that in English grammar, if the main clause follows past tense structure, the subordinate clause also has to be in the same structure, right? So here you see will, the past form of will is would, right? They wouldn't fight again. This part here, okay? See, from this part to this part, the entire sentence, it's a clause. It is a subordinating clause, okay? And in this subordinate clause, that functions as a conjunction, subordinate conjunction, and the subject of this part is they, right? Would not fight. This is a verb phrase. Clear? Again, it functions as an adverb. So what did they do? They decided, their rivals swore, means they took a promise. They promised each other that they will never ever get into any kind of fight in future. Option number 3 is absolutely correct, and hence we may retain it. And now let us go to option number 4, that they will not fight again. See, till this part everything was correct, but here we have used will. Okay, will should not be used because the main verb of the main clause is in past tense, and as I said a few minutes back, if the main clause of a particular sentence is in what past tense, the subsequent clause also has to follow the same structure, and hence option number 4 is outrightly eliminated. We have only one option, that is 3 as the answer. So now it's 4. Not till I reached my classroom I did realize that I had lost my keys on the way. Please do remember that the sentence starts with an adverb not. Okay, whenever you start a sentence with an adverb and that adverb which gives negative meaning, please do remember that we must use rule of inversion structure in that sentence, otherwise the entire sentence will stand incorrect. Okay, whenever you start a sentence with an adverb indicating negative meaning, for example, not, no sooner than, neither nor, right, hardly, scarcely, these same sentence has to be written following rule of inversion structure. Okay, rule of inversion structure, I just gave you some clues right now. You must have understood. Rule of inversion of simple present tense structure will be, if I want to write the rule of inversion of simple present tense structure, let's say this one, I do my work. Okay, it should be written as do I work. Okay, do I work, because the helping verb of a particular tense, particular sentence, depending upon the tense of that particular sentence, should be placed before the subject. This is subject, this is verb. Similarly, as you can see here, I did realize. Okay, this is the simple past tense structure where we have used the helping verb did after the subject, which is absolutely wrong in the context, because the helping verb did must be placed before the subject here, and any option that has made such usage is going to be outrightly eliminated. So now let us start the elimination work from option number 5 directly. This is eliminated. Okay, I never realized. You can see I subject realized here. Okay, realized, the verb has come after the subject. This has violated the rule of inversions rules, and hence it is eliminated. Again, the same logic has to be applied here as well. I was realizing. Okay, there are a couple of errors here. The first error lies in realizing. Okay, we don't need a sentence structure in past progressive tense, because that will make the entire sentence meaningless. And in addition to it, we don't need the helping verb of that particular sentence after the subject. I told you a few minutes back. You have rightly remembered, I am sure. So it is eliminated. Next, I didn't realize. This is obviously, of course, the correct sentence structure. But the problem here is that we have not written this option following the rule of inversion structure. The rule says, in rule of inversion, we have to use the helping verb before the subject, and hence you can see here the helping verb has come after the subject, and hence this is also a wrong answer choice. So now we are left with only one option, that is option number 1, which in every context from all points of view has followed a correct sentence structure and correct grammatical form, and hence question number 4 is absolutely correct. Question number 4, option number 1 is absolutely correct. So the last question of the day, the landlord has a big house. What is the meaning of the sentence? There is a big house with a landlord. The landlord, owns a big house, and that house is to let. To let means to give to rent. Okay, right? You all know it. There are people who build houses only for the purpose of giving those houses on rent, right? To let means, okay, to let carry the same meaning as to rent. Okay, so the landlord has a big house for letting. It is grammatically wrong. So this sentence is grammatically, this option is grammatically wrong, and hence it's to eliminated. To renting out, you can see to rent, 2 plus V1 structure is absolutely correct, but to renting is grammatically wrong, hence we eliminate this one. 3, to rent out, we don't say to rent out. This is also grammatically wrong. Either to rent or to let probably would be better. Next we have got only 2 options. For letting others out. For letting others out. For letting others out is grammatically and wrong logically as well. Okay, this is eliminated. And now we have only one option, that is to let. To let, as I have already mentioned, as you can all see here, to let carry the same meaning as to rent. Okay, so dear friends, we have approached the end of this discussion part. We will again meet with some excellent and amazing contents. Till that time, take care, bye bye, and have a great day ahead.